Hey friends, welcome back to our channel. Today I'll share with you some DIY timeless Christmas decor ideas. Alrighty, for the first project I will create advent calendar. I don't know about you, but my family loves advent calendars, and not necessarily those that gives you little gifts, just to count down days until Christmas. So I'm going to start off with a piece of wood, a plank of wood. If you have any laying around the house, it will work. I actually had this one from the Dollar Tree, so I used that one. So I sanded the edges, and then I used this Beverly chalk paint or folk art chalk paint in the color sage to paint it all over. Really, you can use any color that you want. I previously made similar advent calendar using white color, but this time I wanted to do something different. Okay, now that it's all painted and dried, I'm gonna measure out to space out rows with numbers. What I had on hand was just this Jenga block, because I'm actually currently in a hotel. For the last several days my son is playing a tournament, so I brought a bunch of supplies to craft over here, and I used what I had. So you saw me spacing rows out, and I also found the middle point in each row, and then I used I found two more middle points, which makes it 3 in a row, if that makes sense. So I'm using these stamps from the Dollar Tree. They have numbers, and first I thought I would use this ink pad, but honestly when I tried it, it was all smart. I really didn't like it, so I'm just using a black paint and a foam brush, and I'm just applying it to the numbers and just putting it down, and it actually worked really well. I like it. So I did this to all the numbers. As you can see, I did 3 numbers in a row, and then the 25th number was by itself on the bottom. And this is how it is. Alrighty, now that everything is nice and done, this is how it looks like. I'm using, it's actually a nail file. That's what I had on hand, so I used that to sand off those numbers, just to make them blended nicely, so it's not very dark color. Next, I'm using these small beads that I had on hand, and I'm gonna put each, or actually glue each on the top of the number, on the top of each number. You can use anything that you have on hand. Previously, when I had a thicker wood, I used a little nail hooks, but this will work. Now I'm using the chenille stem in a color green, and I'm just creating a mini wreath, measuring, making sure that the size is good so you can cover all the numbers. And when I'm happy with it, I'm just cutting off the excess of the chenille stem. And since I didn't like that bright green color, I'm using a darker green to paint over the chenille stem, and then I'm using the white color to create a snow, just to flock it a little bit. This is of course optional, and if you have anything else to use as a wreath, those may be mini wreaths from the Dollar Tree, you can use that for sure, but I had this on hand again, and I'm using what I have. Now when this is done, I am going to put a little greenery on top of my wreath. This greenery I actually ordered from Amazon, I believe, but really any greenery that you have on hand you can use. After I attached these on both sides, I decided it needs something else, so I used additional greenery that I actually got from Dollar Tree, cut off 2 little pieces, and I glued them, but then I decided I need something else as well. So this one has a little, it's also from the Dollar Tree, it has a little silver detail on it, or actually it's just sprayed with silver, so I added that to the middle. And then I use this macrame cord and created a mini bow to put it on top of the wreath. And that's gonna be it for this project. I love the way it turned out. I don't know if, like I said, you guys use advent calendars. We definitely use them. My kids love to move the numbers and look forward to Christmas. Tell me what you think about this idea. Would you maybe recreate it? And it's not too late. You can make this very easy within 30 minutes or so, and it's not even December 1st. Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. This video is part of the Christmas collab with my dear friends. We get together once a month and try to create as many as possible wonderful DIYs for you guys to give you some ideas. Each month, the host is Liana over at Liana DIY, and we have different co-hosts. This month's co-hosts are Craftastic DIYs and A Perfect Place to Start. Also joining are Lori Bly DIY, DIY with Amber, and Farm Charm Chic. I hope you will get some great inspiration. Actually, I know you will get some great inspiration. I'm going to have a link to the playlist in the description box as well as the pinned comment, so you can go ahead and check them out. Alrighty, back to the DIYs. For my second project, I have created a painting with a stable and a manger on it. I have seen this beautiful painting online, and the moment I saw it, I knew I wanted to recreate it. Now, I did not have the frame like the inspiration picture on hand, but I had this canvas and I thought it will work as well. If you have a frame, you can certainly do that. It will probably look even better. Alrighty, the paints that I'm using are different shades of gray, different shades of brown. I have some white paint and I have some tan color and some paint brushes. First of all, I'm starting with outlining the manger and the stable, and then the star and the ground around it, just to know where and how I should paint around it. After I was done with that, I am taking my paint and I will start off with the gray, different shades of gray, and the white paint, and I'm gonna paint on the sky. So what I did over here, first I dabbed it on until I created kind of like a first layer, and after that I was just going in a kind of crisscross motion to smudge the paint around. That way it really created a nice strokes. So you can see me doing it over here. After that, I took a hairdryer to dry everything before I start applying a second coat. Now I am using a brown paint with the white and a little bit of gray, and if you can see, you see me over here switching the paint brushes. I'm just adding more dimension and looking at the inspiration picture, adding that brown paint around. So when I was done with this, I am starting with the manger. First of all, I'm using a tan color, creating that glow inside of the stable. And then I am creating the hay around it, the ground around it. I am not the best at painting. I just really enjoy it. And from what I read, your comments, I think you guys liked it too, especially when I created, I believe 2 videos back, one of the paintings. You guys really liked it. So I believe everybody can really paint, especially these type of projects where there's no mistakes. You can really correct all your mistakes. Just, if you're interested, just try, and you will really enjoy it, and I'm sure you're going to create some beautiful paintings. Alrighty, going back to the picture, inspiration picture, I was just going back and forth, trying to do as best as I can, and you see me over here just going back and forth. And like I said, even if you make a mistake, you can just go back with the base color and correct everything. I was really trying to do as close as possible to the inspiration picture just because I really liked it, but honestly, even if you add some of your details, it will make your own, and I'm sure it's going to turn out great. And now I will just leave you to enjoy watching me paint. When it comes to star, I used white paint to add the star. I actually went a little heavier, especially in the middle of the star with the paint, and then I used 2 or 3 layers of it, and then this is how it turned out. I really wanted star to pop out, kind of be raised a little bit. When I was done with this and when everything was completely dried, I'm using a Mod Podge, and then I will cover it with the Mod Podge using like crisscross, different direction strokes to make it look like a real painting. That really makes a difference. And when it was done, this is how it turned out. I really, really, really love how it turned out. I think it's even prettier in a real life. The only thing, I don't know, since I did not have, like I said, the real picture with the frame, should I frame this when I get home? Because honestly, right now I'm in a hotel and I didn't have anything else on hand. But I want to hear what you guys think. Should I frame this or leave it as it is? And also tell me what you think about this idea. For all of you that are new, that are coming from the playlist, welcome. We're so happy to have you here on our channel. We have budget-friendly DIYs, decor ideas, thrift flips, some home improvement DIYs, a little bit less of that right now because of our current situation. But if you like something like that, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps our channel getting promoted. Also, I noticed that a lot of majority of people that are watching are not subscribed. It would mean a lot for us if you subscribe. It's completely free, and also, if you click on notification bell on that way, you will be notified every time we upload new videos. Watch ads, like, share, subscribe, and comment. That all help us a lot to grow on YouTube. Alrighty, DIY number 3, miniature wooden stable. This one is super simple and everybody can create it. Alrighty, I'm starting off with Jenga blocks and I am taking 9 of them. First of all, I'm gonna go ahead and take antique wax, and I will take a wet wipe and just give these blocks one coat. Again, you can use any color that you want, but I kind of thought this will be the best option to make it look old, rustic, to use antique wax and some baby wipe. After that, I will glue together 3 in a row like so. If you want it to be more stable, add more longevity, you can certainly use wooden glue. Hot glue works as well. So then I glued 2 together as I'm showed over here, and then I'm going to assemble everything like so. Alrighty, now that everything is glued, the only thing I'm going to do is to add a star. If you have a star on hand, whether it's plastic, whether it's from the Dollar Tree, wooden one, whatever you have on hand, it will work. I didn't, so I took just a piece of craft paper and I cut out the star, and then I'm using this kind of like acrylic gold paint or something like that, 2 different type of gold or shades of gold paint to create the shade that I wanted, and I'm just gonna glue it on the top of this stable. That's pretty much it. I really like how simple this is. It can really go in any shelf of your home. If you add some greenery, and I added some ribbon right in front of it, I think it looks so beautiful, but it really makes a statement. As we all know, Jesus is the reason for the season, and I always like to create some DIYs, some decor that reflects that. Tell me what you think about this idea. Alrighty, last project is the cross. This one was also very, very simple, but I really like it. Starting off with 6 Jenga blocks, and I'm going to use white acrylic paint and wet wipe to whitewash these Jenga blocks. Again, you can use any color that you want, any paint color, but I decided to go with whitewash. After I was done with this, and after everything was completely dried, I'm gonna start gluing it. Again, I'm using hot glue. I am putting 4 of these Jenga blocks next to each other in a straight line, and then I'm adding 2 on a side like so, of course creating a cross. Next, I'm using these sticky beads from the Dollar Tree. They're in a row attached to each other, so I just cut out the size that I need and I started gluing it. They're already sticky, so I don't need to use any additional glue to attach them on the perimeter of this cross. I really wanted to just add additional details to it, and I really think this helped elevate this project. Alrighty, now that everything was done, it already looks great, but I decided to go a little step further, getting a little bit like I used in the first project. I whitewashed it with the same color, white, and I'm using a little bit of greenery, 2 picks on one side, different color, and then 2 picks on the other side. I glued them to the inside of each hole of this bead. You see what I'm doing over here, and then I glue that right in the middle of the cross. That's really it for this project. I really love how it turned out. And this can be used all year long. You can just remove this greenery, remove the bead if you use the hot glue like I did, or you can just not even use that to begin with. Love how this turned out. I want to hear what you guys think about this idea. Also, I would like for you to comment down below word Christmas, and also tell me if you're new, where are you from? Which one was your favorite project? Would you recreate any of these? Don't forget to go ahead and check out the description box or my pinned comment for the link to see what everybody else created. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you in our next video. Bye, guys.